Up live on a Monday for once. Is that the first time this year? No, I did a Derail Valley stream on a Monday once, right? I'm pretty sure I did. There's not been a lot of Monday streams though. I don't know. I don't feel like streaming, which is great because I really need to stream. Yeah. What is motivation? Anyway, I'm streaming now because I figure if I'm gonna be doing this, I might as well stream since I said I would stream for like the third week in a row and I ended up not streaming initially, so let me just stream this since I can do so. If you find out, let me know. Kiosk, I don't know that I ever will. Considering it's something that I've more or less lacked my entire life. Yeah, I want to mention it again. Pokegol, just before we get started with things, you know, that's a thing that's been active now for like a month or something. A little less than that, I think, but I came up with it about a month ago. I would really like to see that goal met ASAP, because at this point, I'm so broke I can't even afford to renew my Pokemon Home subscription, and I really don't want to let those 3,100 plus Pokemon. They'll be there in theory, but I don't want to rely on Game Freak not deleting them. Which, yes, is a really stupid thing that I don't need, but also my car insurance comes up, well, a little later in the month, and I can't make that either. So, Pokemon Home's just the first thing. If we hit $50 by the end of this week, though, I don't know, add an even more difficult Pokemon that might not be reasonably obtainable in every single game. Like Chansey? Chansey's obtainable in most of them, just like Gen 6, the only way to get it is Friend Safari, if I remember correctly, so yeah, I can't really do that reliably. But otherwise, I would throw in a third Pokemon, because fuck it. 2 isn't enough, obviously. But yeah, if anybody's willing to help out, I would greatly appreciate it, because, like, I am so... I'm not technically in debt if you exclude my student loans, but, like, last year was so bad income-wise for me that I'm just still... What is money? So yeah, any help would be greatly appreciated, even just that initial goal. Or not even that much. If you're able to help out and can just give a little, that would help. Every little bit helps. Also, to be clear, tips. Specifically, tips doesn't have to be PayPal. It can be se.pay. Anything through Twitch, I won't see until next month at the earliest. So just disclaimer there. I wish I could withdraw money from Twitch at any point in time, because then this wouldn't be an issue, but nope. Net 15 at the end of every month. But only if you have at least $50 in your account. In your account? $50? You get what I'm saying. Anyway, on to the FiveM stuff. Yeah, as the title says and such. Spoiler alert, the reason why I haven't been adding as many vehicles is because I've kind of been testing them all, so that I know what they perform like, how fast they are, because at some point, you know, need to make classes or something that we can actually race with for regular races, because believe it or not, people still want to do regular races and not just random races all the time. So, yeah, I've been putting in a bunch of time over the past few weeks to test everything. And, well, why don't I just stream that so that I can stream something? You get to see me do Brophy's job, but with modded vehicles. I'm only doing modded vehicles. I'm not retesting vanilla cars unless I feel the need to, because Why would I? Let's see. That one. That one. And sure, have a controller cam. The stick is drifting, because of course it is. Fucking garbage Xbox controllers. Why is it that the third-party controllers are the best controllers? Like, you'd think with the amount of money that the first-party companies have. But no, just even the expensive ones are shit. Alright, so I'm gonna mostly be focusing on the Supers class tonight, because, yeah, I need to do that. Stopped buying Xbox controllers ages ago. That's honestly not a terrible idea. And also, technically, I did as well, but little did I realize more recently. Oh well, I've got the controller I've got for a while. Let's see, my normal setup, that's fine. I'll have to get back to that. Technically, put it to normal, though it shouldn't matter for a single-player race. Specific vehicle, on cutting corners. Because, again, the entire reason for me doing this is so that I am testing against a reference, i.e. Brophy's testing. It's not going to be perfect because I'm on FiveM, which is PC, and 60 FPS instead of 30 because I'm not turning my graphics down to 30 FPS. I had enough of that this past weekend, thank you. So it's not comparable since the consoles are essentially locked to 30 FPS, and I believe he tests exclusively on PS5 at this point. But it's close enough. It's just to get an idea of the performance of the cars. Right? So, yeah. So yeah, I've done compact sedans, SUVs, coupes, muscles, classics, sports. I mean, motorcycles, it's literally just the Ventoso, so who cares? Off-road, I did, because I remember testing, like, the Brisket Rally and such. Eventually click into that. I did do industrial as well with the Big Daddy dump, although I think I've changed it, so I'll have to retest it at some point. Utility? Did I? I don't think I've tested utility yet, because I don't remember dealing with this or this. That's it, I guess, besides the ridiculous thing. Did I do vans? Is there even a van that's been added? I did not do vans. So I've still got utility and vans to do. Cycles doesn't add anything except for this, so I don't care. Boats, helicopters, planes don't matter. Why is the blimp there? Interesting. Well, they're blocked anyway, so you can't access it regardless. Although it would be funny to start a race with a blimp if that's actually enabled on the server. Nothing in service. Emergency was just the Castella, which I've already tested. Yeah. I don't know why that is, Kelly. I haven't seen it either, or bikes. I have no clue why. I do not understand the way the code works, because I haven't gone through and, like, actually traced out how it figures out what is valid and what isn't. I do know that I did get a plane at one point, which I very quickly made sure that that wasn't going to happen ever again. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why motorcycles aren't appearing. They're one of the classes that's allowed, so I don't know why. Nothing in there. Commercial. Oh yeah, the Cerberus is a commercial class vehicle for some reason. Don't ask me why. Rockstar choices, you know? I mean, I guess, you know, it kind of is, but also it's really not. And then open wheel, obviously. All that stuff. I need to rename the model names on these cars if people are going to have issues with it. I.e. Geeson. I don't know why the fuck he wasn't getting the actual names of it and just was getting the models. But the BR8 and the BR8R are Open Wheel 1 and Open Wheel 1R, so don't get that. No, Kiosk, that's not how it works. It's not size. In theory, what's happening is it's checking against the list of allowed classes, and the allowed classes should include cycles and motorcycles, but I don't understand why. And yeah, the carts are smaller, and yet they're available. Alright. So, yep, Rafi's test track, nicely cleaned up and everything. But first, in order to verify that it's not a 917 kiosk is what it is, it's the 711. Yeah, I was ghosted due to lack of movement. Interesting that that's working now. I assume I have the latest build on here. I'm just going to go through and guarantee that everything is set up as it should be. I just scrolled right past it because that list is really short. Are there really no performance upgrades? Huh. I don't even know if it has a turbo option, but there it is. Also, fun fact, I can add that or remove it, and then that is the... I don't remember what that... something, but it doesn't matter. What is that NA option? I've been wondering that myself. Oh, and then also, I need to go into Neon, enable the front, and I'm going to set it back to my usual red. Because Brafi tests with invisible Neon. Yeah, he does use Neon in his testing. He uses off-road tires, and so I am trying to compare as closely as I can. And now I just lap. Also, this car is going to be something else to test. Also, I'm just going to say right now, my testing is not the best. It's more to give an idea of how fast the car is, not how fast it genuinely is. So, just remember that. Also, you remember the Krieger BPX in the Sports Classics class? Yeah, that's 100% on Super's pace. It gets like a sub 1 minute lap time. So that's getting reallocated when I get around to it. And yeah, Kelly, indeed. Good job on getting third. And apologies if I at any point slowed you down in trying to overtake you because 20 FPS sucks. Just as a side note, having added the last lap and best lap and everything to the bottom right makes this so much easier. Because like I get the end screen anyway, but being able to see it at any time is really nice. Not that powerful, Kiosk. That hairpin is obnoxious. I was probably the least troublesome of the bunch. I was trying to be very cautious. Especially, you know, when I knew my frame rate would drop down to about 20. To Cali, at least. Well, some people inflicted pain on themselves, but others, yeah, I was a bit of a nuisance too in some ways. That was a line. Also, yes, this is all this is. It's just lapping the same track over and over and over again with different cars. Damn bushes. Also, I should have done this already. I don't know how that bit of fence is there, but it is. And also this. Washing doesn't matter as much, but put it in God mode. If I don't have to drive with a damaged car, I shouldn't. Yeah, Callie, actually, it's kind of funny. You who says go faster so much needs the faster yourself. It's because you're always telling others to go faster. Probably just tell yourself to go faster. Hey look, an Apex. Honk. Nearly. Too much of a slide. Damn it. Yeah, Max, and that's why I was honestly trying to be a bit cautious as well, because I knew that. And what do you know? I had the second fastest lap time. If you only count one lap per person, at least. Although part of it was slipstream. Honestly, I got so much slipstream around the back half of the track, but... you don't push and you're less likely to make mistakes. That's one way to take that turn. That was a weird bounce. I need to stop braking so late for that turn. That wasn't the best. How many laps do I have? One more? 1-2-1 on tires. So you had slightly warmer tires coming out of the pits during the night. I guess that makes sense. I didn't double stint my tires at any point, and I think it almost cost me in the end, but obviously I still caught up and passed people anyway. But yeah, I just didn't see any reason to with the wear getting up towards 1.5 in a single stint. And since I wasn't really racing anybody for position all that hard, just take fresh tires every time, why not? Which again, almost cost me because Cirrus ended up being there in the end. And Storm wasn't too far behind that. Fastest lap, last lap. Neat. So could I go faster? Probably. But again, good enough. Also, I don't know if it came across the game audio. It certainly didn't show up on screen, but I did screenshot that, which is how I record the lap times. Dingle. One could probably do the whole race on one set of tires, but why would you? Why would you want to do that? That just sounds unpleasant. Especially since you don't tend to conserve too much. People tend to push more than not. Yeah, there's a lot of cars in the supercars class, so I might not even get all of them done tonight. But now that I'm set up, I can literally just go. And once I've loaded in, there we go. Engine, just reset these, because I've noticed sometimes it seems like the upgrades don't apply, and I have no clue why that is, because they are applied in the menu. So, just go through, set that. I guess license plate isn't customizable, even though it's there. Anyway. Did not mean to go into that camera view. Okay, I had to test. It feels very grippy and not that fast. Seems like it likes the bumps. He'll get flanked. Yeah, see, fortunately I don't think I have to worry about that. Because some people don't actually model the planks on their cars. Also, I think this is pre-plank, so there's that. Maybe not. I don't know. The WSC or whatever they were called by the time that this car's real equivalent rolled around would have... Did they actually have a plank? Hey, dumbass, you can't carry that much speed. Put me up fine for the next corner, I guess, or whatever. Yeah, see, so much grip. Just run that much. The car's that much lower. Yeah, you got a point. I like how you asked them and not me, but to be fair, I don't know how much helpful feedback I actually could give, so I don't blame you. The sliding when getting back on throttle is obnoxious. Oh, that was too deep. Thank you for pressing it, Evil. Everybody likes pushing buttons. Wow, that was deep. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for continuing to subscribe, Evil. That was still a personal best. But yeah, Kelly, you're right, I haven't really watched you all that much. To be honest, I don't watch other people's perspectives all that much anymore. I used to, but not so much nowadays. Not helped in the slightest by the fact that there's so many perspectives. Not fast, but at least I actually made the corner for once. Whoops. Just need to watch the fast people. That's kind of rude to say. I said it wasn't very fast. I mean, it's not very fast in a straight line. Kind of like RE pace, but the amount of grip it has. Even with my subpar driving, it just goes so fast. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm the same way, Dingle. Driving by feel more than anything. Yeah, again, I'm really glad that we didn't have any full course yellows because, well, I shouldn't need to explain. Y'all know why. There's a wall there. You know, Evil. Yeah, Mr. 20 FPS who can't even replicate his issue. For fucking 49 AI at the same track in the middle of the night, and yeah, 100 FPS plus the entire time. Whoops. Just update your things. I mean, I did that, Callie. But even before I did, I still couldn't replicate the issue. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well. That's 2 cars down and it's been 30 minutes. Okay, the first 5 or 10 I was talking or such, but still. You ever wonder why Broffy takes so long to get testing, or was taking so long to get the testing redone for vanilla? Yeah. Remember that he does 10 laps, not 6. I do 6 because this doesn't matter that much, because it's exclusive to our community, not going out to the entire GTA user base. Also, it doesn't matter as much, but, or hopefully shouldn't matter as much, but can we make a rule that you can't have your headlights on continually during the day? Because we know it drops frame rates for people. No? Okay. Again, it shouldn't really be an issue for me again, in theory, but I don't see the reason to have lights on. Also, people should just have the auto toggle turned on anyway, but you know. Why does it keep getting set to white? Basically only performance upgrades. It doesn't even have all the horn upgrades. Shame. What's Ariel's number? Oh. Oh! It's got 3 digits. Fancy. Anyway, reapply the turbo just to be sure, and we go. Thanks, Kelly. Well, like I said, in theory it shouldn't affect me in the future because it's not that big of an impact, but like, just in that particular instance, headlights were the bane of my existence. But only others. This car drives weirdly. It doesn't turn. And it doesn't stop. Wow. I have rear-facing headlights. Why are you so mean? It just didn't turn. This thing has no grip compared to the last car. You're not wrong, Explosive. Not wrong. This is so weird to drive, also nice. Deja vu it. Yeah, I mean, I would if it had rally tires, but it doesn't. This is also part of why Barafi does 10 laps, so he can actually get a feel for the car. And have more time to do laps. I would assume. I don't know that for a fact, but it makes sense. That's what I thought too, Max. That's what I thought too the first time I saw it. Like, why in the fuck does that car have rearward-facing headlights? Nope, it's just getting illuminated by the GT3 behind it. And it's white, and with the lighting bugs, it just looks like it has rear-facing headlights. Evil, shut up. Look, it just plows. Oh, but they're plowing that much, it belongs in the utility class. What the fuck? Turn, you stupid piece of shit! Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, Max, hopefully that won't be necessary, and also, for the future, I know, or should remember this time, to, I don't know, maybe try reloading the graphics settings? Because... Classic. Because, you know, I didn't try that once, because it never occurred to me that, hey, maybe that might fix it. Yep, I have that emote for a reason. God, I hate this thing. Well, if I was smart and had realized that it was going to be an issue, what we should have done, if you were willing to help me out, which clearly you are, what we should have done is we should have just restarted the race session. Because you can just restart that particular segment of the session, right? Should have restarted the race, and I should have reloaded and hoped that that fixed it, but... yeah, I don't know. Also, reminder that it was working fine 30 minutes before in the last practice session. I literally drove past multiple GT3s with no issue. It was something that bugged with the race session itself, and maybe qualifying. Fucking game. Yeah, I hate how this thing drives. But as to why, I don't know. Because again, I tested with 49 AI in a similar situation and no problems whatsoever. Oh, for fuck. I just cannot get on with this thing. It is so bad to drive. Maybe I shouldn't have started out with doing the prototypes first. I'm just doing them in alphabetical order. That's just a horn, it doesn't matter, or armor, it doesn't matter. I'm reading back through chat because I was trying to focus to some degree. Also, it's essentially an outlap, so it doesn't matter as much. Turn, you fucking barge! Yeah, I could honestly go with Sebring not being longer, since its character is so annoying to deal with. But I don't decide the race lengths. Same thing with Road Atlanta. I get that the races are longer, but eh. God, this thing just sucks. Is there a smaller rear wing? There's no rear wing. Well, that probably explains the plowing. Oh god, no, don't put it back to how it was. God damn it. Max, why don't you want to stream, even if it is, like, niche things that you want to play? You can just have people show up and give you shit constantly. You don't want that? But you do stream for F&R and occasionally, very rarely, Arma. Yeah, actually. Is Sebring so bad that the plank would become an issue? That was terrible. Oh, well, fair enough, Max. obviously not aware of that for obvious reasons. Obviously. There, I went faster for once. It just doesn't want to turn ever. Like, it's honestly, Jesus Christ, enunciate your words. It's honestly impressive just how much this car understeers. Jesus Christ. Barely. Probably not going to be faster as a result. Turn! For fuck's sake! Good enough. Yeah, fair enough, Max. And stick drift. I was literally just using that, steering and whatnot, but you know. Alright, next car hopefully drives better. It's the supercars class, so they should drive decently in the first place. Let's see. Oh, a time attack car. I did do the sports class, didn't I? I think I did. This is going to plow, I betcha. What are all... I mean, there's no need for the sunroof to be covered. Wing. That thing. And... oh, headlight covers. Actually, aerodynamics. We'll just keep it stock. It shouldn't be if you set up the car right. Though it might be. Got it. Boy, it's just like a real front wheel drive car. I can't talk. It oversteers massively when you try and turn off throttle. But if you try and turn on throttle, it understeers. Not as much as it could, though. An outlap, it doesn't matter. I just expect to hear Jim at this point come on the radio and say, "Your rear tires are cold." Huh. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, not even gonna try on that, Max. Not even going to try. It's so front-wheel drive that even on power it oversteers. Interesting. That's Minecraft enchantment table. God damn it. It's a good thing that this lap's already fucked. Yeah, I'm over there that lap. Sure. That was a lot of curb to take. One of these days I'll get that first turn right. Actually, that was a barrier, not a wall. It was almost a wall, though. The wall was to the right. It was nearly in a barrier, yes. God damn it, rear end. Got this gigantic wang on it, and it just doesn't do anything. Well, at low speed, that makes sense. Never mind that. Put more wang? I don't think I can. I wonder what's faster, his time attack car or this? I mean, obviously they're not comparable, but... Oh, that's what we need actually in GTA. A Kawaii time attack. As a reminder, the Kawaii is the NA Miata. It also drives like shit. Damn it. Go slow. Where am I going? Sure. So maybe don't become a dad. Oh, don't worry. I mean, I don't have any intention of doing that anyway at this point, but also that kind of requires somebody else to work, and yeah, no, there ain't nobody here. Nobody but me. Yeah, in this economy. Can't even afford to pay my bills. You think I can afford to have a kid? Speaking of which, if anybody can help out with Pokeball, I'd appreciate it. I'll even add an extra Pokemon just to make the challenge that much more difficult. Oh, you fucker. That was a decent lap until then. But can you pick the Pokemon? It has to be from a very small list of Pokemon, Kelly, because otherwise it can't be caught in all the generations. That was faster. That's the whole gimmick. I don't know. But... let's see. Okay, that's not helpful. I've searched this before. I just gotta find the right link. There we go. Actually, this isn't right, because this starts at Gen 2, which is not useful. There we go. Every core series game. That's the one I wanted. That's the list. And there are certain Pokemon, like Chansey, that are usually very obnoxious to get. However, in Gen 6, Chansey is only in the Friend Safari, making it basically impossible to get. Yes, because it can only be Pokemon from Gen 1, first and foremost, but then on top of that, not everything has been available. Like, Tangela wasn't even available in a main series game for the longest time. Gen 9 was the first time since, like, maybe Gen 6? Oh, hey, I know all these. Damn Gen 1er. Not necessarily, I'm making a joke. What's next? Champion, anybody remember that this exists? I'd rather drive this, honestly, because the next up is the Coquette GTR, and, ugh. Yeah, I guess since we're on the topic. I already have 2 Pokemon on the list. They're not too difficult to get, but they're also not, like, immediate catches and everything, but hopefully that's self-explanatory. But yeah, I just basically catch 2 Pokemon, maybe 3, in at least one game from every generation, and I'll add games if higher values are reached. There's no performance upgrades. But there is armor. Let me check this one. There's armor, so it's probably fine. I don't know that for a fact. Yeah, fun fact, all the cars that I added this past week, over half of them I had to fix because their upgrades weren't appearing by default, because the game uses IDs for upgrade kits, and well, it turns out if you have conflicts, it just doesn't. Liveries, armor, yeah, okay. Yep. That's right. I don't think the turbo even works, but I'll re-enable it anyway. Change that, and off we go. I'm not going to enjoy driving this either. I already know that it drives like shit. As does the FMJ GTE, honestly. It's a little less shit, if I remember correctly, but it's still kind of not great. By the way, Max, going back to one of your previous comments, I honestly don't remember off the top of my head what the hardest one to get is. Because pretty much I just looked to see if a Pokemon was, like, locked in being only available through Friend Safari or something similar like that, you know, some way that isn't really doable anymore. And if it was, I just immediately discarded it from the list of potential Pokemon. So there could be some really obnoxious Pokemon like Chansey that I just ignored. Wow, the understeer. So. I don't know off the top of my head, is what I'm saying. Chansey would be a difficult one, though, because the earliest it's available in Gen 1 is the Safari Zone. And, I mean, I shouldn't have to explain the Safari Zone. Right? I mean, there's always Cerulean Cave, but that's much later in the game. Post-game, even. Also, Porygon event, not events, but like gift Pokemon, I think is the main reason why it's available in every game, or every core series game, I should say. Which, by the way, just as a reminder, I won't be including the GameCube games or any other non-Switch console games in that list, because, well, I don't have an easy way to do that. If somebody wants to tip $1,000, I'll not only include them for the Pokemon where that's possible, at least, which is probably a few of them. I'll also fill in the gaps in my, or at least I'll try and fill in the gaps in my collection so that I can actually do as many of the games as possible. But keep in mind, Gale of Darkness maybe isn't too terrible since it's a GS game on GameCube instead of Game Freak. It's a Pokemon game, but I don't know, it's probably stupid expensive. But I'm missing, of the earlier generations, I'm missing Heart Gold and White. Only 2 of them, however. One of them is probably one of the absolute most expensive games available used, if I had to guess. Because everybody loves Heart Gold and Soul Silver despite their flaws. Not literally, but fuck's sake. Okay, that one I just did to myself. Oh, ouch, evil. I appreciate the thought, at least. Oh, here's more ammo for a $1,000 tip. I'll do a 24-hour stream. Not immediately. On my own terms, but I'll throw in a 24-hour stream where I won't just focus on that challenge. How about that? You count each color as different gamer by gen. By gen, kiosk. So, like, right now, if we hit the $50 target, it would be, like, one of red, blue, yellow, one of gold, silver, crystal. I probably wouldn't choose the easiest game just because that would be an easy way out of it. One of ruby, sapphire, emerald, one of diamond, pearl, platinum, one of black 2, white 2, one of XY, one of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and then from there it's kind of required that I just go with what I have, so Shield, not Brilliant Diamond, Shield, Legends, and Violet. 200 laps of Nordschleife challenge in whatever GT it was. I mean, honestly, how about $1 for every lap? That is way undervalued. 500. 500 for real. 500. 250 to complete all the goals in Pokegoal. 500 to do 200 laps of Nordschleife in whichever GT game has it, as long as it's not 7 or Sport. And 1,000 for a 24-hour stream. Yeah. Totally. And again, one of the goals for the Pokegoal stuff is that I would end up doing all of the games to completion. So, in that case, it would be red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, fire, red, leaf, green, diamond, pearl, platinum, heart gold. Oh hey, I finally did a half-decent lap, I think. Heart gold, but not soul silver, because it's expensive as fuck and I don't own it. Black, don't own white. Black 2, white 2, X, Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Let's Go Pikachu. Shield. And I'd complete all the DLC storylines as well, even if I didn't need to. Brilliant Diamond. Legends. Because, yeah, sure, let me just make another save while I still have the Professor Oak Challenge going. And Violet with DLC as well. I haven't replayed Violet yet, at all. Like, I still only have my main save and that's it, so... I'm not opposed to that at the very least. Max, please. My cabinets and drawers now have knobs. Yeah, I can get that. Evil. I can see how not having knobs would be obnoxious. Actually, I think some of the cabinets at my father's house in my bathroom. It wasn't exclusively my bathroom, but since the master bathroom was in the master bedroom, and, you know, if it was just the two of them and me there, it was effectively my bathroom. I think some of the cabinets were no handle, but the drawers were. I don't know. I haven't been to that house in, close to 4 years. What the fuck? The big knob is kinda loud. Right, I'm just gonna ignore that comment. Also, seriously, like, if people were to give obscene amounts of money, I would probably do more, but at the very least, I would do what I said. Including the 200 laps, you know. I've got 3 and 4 back there. I can get them running on my PS3. That's not an issue. Because you can play PS2 games on incompatible PS3s. It's just emulation. Instead of hardware level running it. But you can apparently do that. So, rather than dumping the BIOS off of my PS2 and doing it that way on PC, I could play it on actual hardware. Supers. Oh boy. Oh boy. The next 2 cars are going to be very fast. 1K to force Arpo to play through SnowRunner. I mean, fuck it. Yeah, you want to give me $1,000? I'll play through SnowRunner. Sure, I'll do it. If it means that I have $1,000 more in my bank account or near enough, then yeah, absolutely, please, by all means. Do it. You won't. Oh, I went with the EMP. Oops. This was not supposed to be the EMP, but I selected it. Anyway, always make sure that... Well, here, I'll show you why you should always have these extras enabled. Oh. I didn't know those were there. Only I had the money to burn, right? It doesn't turn. And now if I do this, it turns too well. Yeah, this uses formula downforce, so if you don't have the extras enabled, you effectively don't have wings. And if you don't have wings, you don't. Yeah. Oh, now I have a livery. That's interesting. It also has more engine levels than normal. And it has super brakes, which is HSW. Typically. Why did it give a livery? Incentive to speedrun Violet. Oh, God. I have Violet! Don't make me speedrun it! It's slower than Scarlet, although if you give enough money, I'll just buy Scarlet instead. I can speedrun that, but no, you'd still want me to speedrun Violet because it's pain compared to Scarlet. If you don't know, Violet is slower because Miraidon, basically. Okay. You have the extras. Yeah, fun fact, the way that this car ships, it doesn't have the extras enabled by default every single time you spawn it, so I actually had to go and tweak the files to make sure that that was the case, because you can require the extras to be enabled. It's just that the mod developer did not do that themselves, so... Yeah, I learned that one thanks to 8th Gear in 2023. God, I can't even say last year anymore for that. Record for those games was posted over a year ago. Surely it can be competitive. Huh. I'm pretty sure people are more or less done with Scarlet and Violet at this point, and there's drama about it, because of course there fucking is. Like, there's a reason why the records are so old. Nobody wants to run the game anymore. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell me how shit the games are to run. I've played it myself plenty. I know how shit it is. It's definitely an experience. PSR is a dumpster fire? What? Oh, now. Also, yeah, HSW, eat your heart out. This is, stupid fast, to put it simply. Taking that turn faster than most cars can go in a straight line. Can probably carry more speed through there as well. It's just, this has so much grip, you just have to recalibrate your mind to it. Well, the thing that might catch you off guard is that this doesn't accelerate that fast. But it just keeps accelerating. Like, look, it's still going. Of course, it's got the open wheel flag, so it doesn't benefit from bumps or anything. Because if you want to have no effect from curb boosting or anything, you must have new style downforce. If you don't have downforce at all, I guess that's fine, but... yeah, that's why I haven't enabled that flag on every vehicle, because anything with downforce would just get a completely different downforce effect, and it would change how some cars drive completely. That hairpin is suffering with how slow it is. It's just so fast. Oh my god. 51.5 on the dot. Honestly, it's not on the same level, but it's kind of like driving the X1 or the SRT Tomahawk or things like that. You know? They're so stupidly fast because they have so much grip that it just... you need to recalibrate in order to drive them because it just requires such fast reaction times. This isn't quite to that extreme, but... it's up there. I just went about half a second faster, 4.5 tenths or so. Ah, damn. Not F8. Not that either. If I join Spectator, I get the pop-up. To be fair, I could have gone a bit faster, but like, you know, that's the problem with trying to go a bit faster. So... I think that's good enough. Alright, now let's actually drive the Cyclone. Since I skipped over that accidentally. I can just select it from there, so why not? You can always go faster. Not wrong. Also, Max, when can I have a go faster button in my prototype? Also, this car was bugged on the server for a while. Which means that one of the cars that I added since the server went up broke it. Because it was fine on this. This is my test server, my local server. And it worked fine on here. When you make one. I mean, I kinda made one on Friday. This thing is so stupidly fast. Yeah, honestly, this kind of makes the EMP look slow. And making a mistake of that hairpin is fine, because this just goes anyway. Oh god, I overshot T1 immediately. Yeah, I should have driven this first. I don't know, ask Max. Probably just another texture. Like the wheel is. That was still a sub-minute lap time. Just remember that. That was a sub-minute lap time despite all the issues I had. That's how fast this thing is. God, you barely get to accelerate there before you just have to slam on the brakes. I would assume that it's textures because I already have a haha cap button, so if that's being done. Please turn. Basically just sliding the car through there on power. And then boot it. Yeah, by the time that I get to that next sidewalk, this car is already going faster than most cars will ever go in a straight line. How ridiculous this thing is. Going down too early there now. This car's on pace with the previous one because it goes fast in a straight line and that's it. It does not turn. Like, I was able to carry so much speed through there, and then this is... Nope. I also have to slow down for T1. That was a little early. Was that faster than before? Probably not. Ah, fuck. Yeah, that can happen. Still faster than any regular supercar in the game, though. It could probably get into the 50s, but again, doesn't matter. It's just meant to be an estimate, and we already know that this car is stupid. Yeah, you did want to ask something, Max. The next time I was streaming or whatever. Next vehicle is not going to be as fast or as grippy. As grippy as the EMP, that is. That's two things. God damn it. You see the resemblance? Just basically a street version of the Shiva, or ETR1. The internal name for the ETR1 is Shiva. Remove spoiler. I'm gonna put a spoiler there. Again, I'm just redoing the upgrades to be sure that they're applied, because I swear there's some weirdness with it sometimes. Bit of carbon there. That's not my fault. Yeah, I don't know what the extra is. I'll just leave it enabled. What could go wrong? Something be done about needing off-road tires on cars that should not even be close to off-road. I mean, yes. Am I going to go through and either disable or nerf tires can clip on every single car? Hell no. Oh, this is so much slower. This is a regular car. Still turns. Why? Okay, Max. So, the way that tires can clip is set for different vehicles is it's part of the handling string in the handling.meta file. Alternatively, you can keep tires can clip and just add the fix old bugs advanced handling flag in the advanced handling flag string, which is also in handling.meta. However, not every vehicle has that advanced handling flag string by default, so it has to be added for some. And, you know, basically, just parsing through hundreds of vehicles' handling files and making the appropriate changes, one way or another, is, no. That is a lot of time and effort that I'm not willing to put in. Sorry. Just deal with it. Callie, I believe that requires having tires with similar sidewall thickness to off-road tires, so essentially no. And that's getting into things that I don't know. Also, nobody said that you have to have off-roads on your cars. Can't just change the hitbox? Again, I don't know how. I don't know what's required to do that. And I don't even know if I can override the vanilla wheels on FiveM, because there's a lot of stuff that you can't override, like vehicles.meta. Fuck's sake, that not only pisses me off, that pisses a lot of people off. Like, I even saw one of the Project Homecoming devs recently bitching about that. Because it's that fucking obnoxious that we can't just stream vehicles.meta, replace vehicles.meta, essentially, override it. Only handling.meta. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, the only proper way to resolve the off-road tires on cars that don't belong on off-road tires is either to remove tires can clip from those vehicles or to add fix old bugs to those vehicles. Again, both of which requires processing hundreds of handling files, which I just do not care to deal with. You know, I understand why, and it's not as though I'm saying that no, I won't do this because fucking put up with it. You're wrong on this. You know, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it because, like, I have to put so much time and effort into dealing with that I don't want to. You know, I don't get paid enough for this shit. I don't get paid at all for this shit. Even if I could write a script to do it for me, that's still... I don't want to deal with it. If somebody else can figure out how to do it, sure, I'll do it. I'll make the change. Preferably not removing tires can clip, but also I just prefer not to touch it either, because all the cars handle a certain way with that, and I also do kind of like having it this way, so there's that. Yeah, I'm not willing to do all the work myself, certainly. And no, I can't disable off-road tires for everything either. More complicated than just editing the files. No, the problem is it's hundreds of files. Also, here's another reason actually why I shouldn't do it. It invalidates all of Braffi's testing. And it invalidates my testing as well, because off-road tires do have a significant effect on some vehicles, and since he tests with off-road tires on all vehicles, even if they don't make a difference, his testing is based off of that. My testing is based off of that same principle, so if we take off-road tires out of the equation, regardless of whether or not they make a difference, on this, they do make a difference. Thank you for demonstrating that, Bumps. Then the testing basically becomes irrelevant, and we might have some off-pace cars, or cars that are suddenly faster or such, because of that. So, for that reason, I am slightly inclined not to do anything about it, because deal with it. Yeah, that's also another thing. We've been doing a lot of random races. So, at this point in time, it doesn't matter how you customize your cars, because you just get random cars. And honestly, I feel like for transform races, that's not entirely the worst thing. Like, yeah, having your own personalization is cool and all, but getting random cars is kind of interesting as well. You don't like the random races? Fair enough. I couldn't improve on that. That's not a fast supercar. I was not expecting it to be that slow. Yeah, I mean, I want to do some more normal races. It sounds like others do as well. The problem is just, I clicked. The problem is just actually, figuring out what to do and doing it. Especially because currently the flow for doing regular races is not the best. Yeah, the lag is an issue, but just a reminder. I don't know how many large racing servers are out there. I know that there's more than just 8th Gear and Project Homecoming, but those are the two I'm most familiar with. Just a reminder, you get the same sort of lag experience on those two as you do on the EJ server. It's just an unfortunate part of playing on FiveM is one sync. Don't like having things up to chance in RNG. Fair enough. We're not going to stop doing random races, though. That's definitely not happening. Maybe fewer, but not completely. Oh boy. Also, fun fact, there's the entity, but this entity and this entity don't completely suck to drive anymore. And yes, technically I had to edit a bunch of cars in order to fix that fact, that a bunch of cars had bad handling flags, but that amount is far lower than the amount of cars that have tires can clip or such. Oh. Okay. Extended wing. Yeah, I guess you want that. Once or twice per week. Fair. I mean, to be fair, yeah, this thing likes to slide out a lot. It's kind of difficult to control at times. Part of the reason why the random alls do tend to be longer is you kind of have to make them longer for them to have a proper effect, you know? Like, I wouldn't go below 15 minutes on most races, I think. Anything lower and it's just too short for a random race. Maybe down to 12, but I don't know. Depends on how long the lap is. Like, for a 30-second lap, it's one thing, but closer to a minute or so. $154 minutes of random all, we could do that. And I have no doubt that we will do that at some point. But EJ's got to join us for it. Even if we have to run it on a Friday. But yeah, that's totally doable. The only problem is, we wouldn't do it anytime soon, most likely, because there's a massive problem that you might have noticed this past week. A bootleg roll. Technically, we have that, if somebody's willing to pay for it, or... I mean, I guess I could reach out to Travis and see if he'd be willing to hook us up for free, but considering the price he set on that, I kind of doubt it. Or Dingle wants to make us one himself. Yeah, I mean, some stuff is paywalled for GTA, and add-on maps are included in that. It's not like a track, Callie. It's an actual modeled environment. Like, built into the world. Like, it's been custom modeled and everything. Rock Inland Speedway, if you want to look it up. That's rock-in in. Oh, TWS is actually an interesting case. I mean, it doesn't matter because it was made most likely for something else unless you... Well, actually, are you making it from the ground up? Either way, it's an interesting case because it's a real track, so we shouldn't be allowed to use it. However, it doesn't really exist anymore. I would still think that it's not safe for FiveM because Cockstar, but that's an interesting case to be made of whether or not that should be allowed. I mean, it all should be allowed because modding for other games is just like that, but we're not allowed to have fun. Just rename it and change sponsors. If it's made for the ground up, and the layout is at least tweaked a little bit, it should be fine. I mean, obviously an oval's an oval. And I probably just pissed a bunch of people off by saying that, but you get my point. But yeah, it has to be... The main problem... You know, we're not allowed to use IPs from anyone else, including Cockstar's own games. If it's not GTA 5, then forget about it. So we can't use content extracted from other games. And it can't be modeled off of real-life stuff, which is why the cars are lore-friendly. You know, this is an Emirates GTR, it's not a McLaren Senna. It's based on the vanilla Emirates and whatnot. Has to be a lore-friendly rendition of something because Otherwise, you're... Wow, that was shit. You have to deal with Cockstar. Yeah, this lap sucks. So much wheel spinning first. Oops. Yeah, Dingle, if that's the case, then it's probably fine. And I mean, odds are that, especially with how little EJ plays on the server, it probably wouldn't get noticed anyway. But, like, I'm still not willing to play games. You know, like, I'm not taking risks if I'm aware that it's a risk. Like the dozen other projects you have. Relatable. I mean, just look at me. For streaming alone, I have the Professor Oak Challenge, all the incentives tied to the Professor Oak Challenge, Derail Valley, Satisfactory, probably something else that I'm forgetting, and I'm pushing this new goal, which, by the way, anybody want to even tip like $10 or $20 towards it? I'd appreciate it. Kelly, you find a Pokemon that you want? Oh, God. Because, you know, I don't have enough as it is that I haven't gotten around to. And instead I'm doing this instead of any of the other things. Because, yeah, why make forward progress when you can just do other things? Here, let me drive another bad handling car before I drive the FMJ Evo, which is basically just an FMJ with slightly more power and downforce. Oh yeah, I was saying before, there's one massive issue with the race script. I don't think I ever said what that issue was. But it should have been noticeable this past weekend. The race script trusts the client way too much. Which, I mean, that's just GTA 5 in a nutshell. Trusting the client way too much. But why am I on that? Okay. My point is that when it comes to the race timing, basically the game, the race script, uses the timing from the client to determine who finished in what order, which is why we keep seeing people finishing out of order. Most notably this past weekend, Taco finishing 3rd when he should have finished 5th. So that's an issue that desperately needs to be fixed, because that would skew results greatly in a longer race. There's a number of issues like that. Ideally, so I can undo the bodged lap timing and implement it properly. Damn trees. Hey, Dingle. I kid, I don't want you to remove those. Those trees need to stay there because they're there for Broffi's testing. Okay, that apex, though. That one's on me. Also, again, the toilet bowl. That was obviously custom made by someone else, but unless there's permission for it to be used on FiveM, then you know, because it was probably made for something else. Something else completely different. I mean, if somebody else wants to create another toilet bowl, then that's fine, I guess. That's the biggest issue. We can't use IPs from other people. We can't use real-life stuff. And, basically, if it's custom-made, we should absolutely have permission from the original creator to use it. If it's anything that wasn't made with GTA specifically in mind. Because then if there is any issue, we can just be like, look, here, we got permission from the original author to use this. Which is why I've said before that technically there's nothing wrong with us using American Rust if Dingle just makes a version specifically for GTA, because he's the original author, so he can give us all the permission we need in order to use it on the server. That requires it being finished, of course, but that's his problem. "100% scratch for AC. Gotcha. Of course, then comes the issue of figuring out not only how to convert it for use in GTA, but then figuring out how to load it in GTA. Which is something I'm not entirely sure how to do. I mean, I kind of have an idea for how to do it now that we've worked on removals of things for stuff. That reminds me, we really need to run canals again at some point. Well, that was shit, but I didn't hit the barrier. Oh, for fuck's sake. You're not helping. I mean, you are, but you're not. $50? Is that what that said? You had to reset your password. You know, I wasn't calling you out because I was actually expecting you to do anything, but thank you. Greatly appreciated. I guess my Pokemon Home subscription is good for another year. I'd love to be able to actually see that in the activity feed that I have in OBS, but it's not wanting to update. But yeah, thank you very much, Callie. I guess the first 2 unlocks for the challenge are done. Canadian dollars is shit right now? Oh, Jesus. You know, you didn't have to do that much. That was slow. No, it's greatly appreciated, Callie. If that was as much as it said, because again, I think I heard right, but I can't verify by looking. Did you want to add a third? Did you figure out a third to add? Alright, I didn't go faster. Sorry, Callie, I'm bad. Refresh. Yeah, there it is, with all the Go Fasters and a haha cat. Callie, thank you so much for the $50. That will help a lot this month. Just give him $50 and his reaction is to say, for fuck's sake. To be fair, that's a wall of text while I'm trying to lap. It's not the most helpful thing. Again, greatly appreciated. You're too generous, Callie. Genuinely. Right. I guess I should also... Can you do all of the evolutions? All? No, I can't. Like, that's literally impossible. There's no breeding in Gen 1, and you can only get one Eevee. Not possible. Like, I'd have to get one per game in Gen 1 at least. That's the only way that that would work. And no, I'm not bugging out the game to get more. Play the game 3 times then? Hell no! I do not want to play the games 3 times over. I had one Pokemon. FMJ Evo. What a beautiful car. You like water stones. Oh, you bastard. If that's what you want, I can do that. You know, I'm pretty sure I've had these for some of the cars. Yeah. I need to still double check. Enhanced GT. I guess that's the same one I use in vanilla. It should be set properly, but again, just double checking to be sure. Okay. I mean, it depends, honestly, because Eevee's not the most common Pokemon. And in the older gens, it's a gift exclusive. Water stones can be a little difficult to come by. But also, the evolutions are on that list that I linked however long ago, right? Because again, it has to be one of those Pokemon, otherwise it's not doable. Considering how much Eevee has been present, though, in games, I wouldn't be surprised. Then again, I'm also having to catch 3 Pokemon in total. So there's that. Good start. The outlap, so it's not like it actually ruined a lap or anything. Based on previous testing, this should be similarly paced to a Wagner. Maybe slightly slower, but that's the idea. Vaporeon? Okay. Fair enough. I'll add it to the list. I will say what the Pokemon are at some point, but... Why Vaporeon? Max, you don't want to know. Yeah, you know the copy pasta, so you know why then. This lap already sucks, so it's fine. Yeah, I mean, fortunately, if I had to choose one of the three, I tended to favor Flareon. Now you like it more. God damn it. So the copy pasta didn't bother me in that regard, at least. But, yeah. Fuck's sake, that copy pasta. Also, I will say, I know it's quite a bit more money, but if we hit that, that goal that allows for full completion of the game, it's gonna make Gen 9 take a lot longer because, well, I don't know how hard it is to get the other two Pokemon, but Vaporeon is literally just break out of the starting area, go find some Pokeballs, and go catch the static Vaporeon. Easy as can be. I mean, it might take a few tries because trying to catch that high level of a Pokemon is not the easiest thing, which is why I'm not so inclined to do a Professor Oak challenge of that at some point. But that, and also you have to catch 350 Pokemon immediately because open world is good like that. Okay, if I can drive less like shit, I should be able to get this sub-minute. Kiosk, it's just the Vaporeon copy pasta, so if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. That's the only thing that you don't want to know about that you missed. There. God, can I stop driving like shit? Bump. Damn it. Yeah, it kind of is Callie's fault. I mean, it was still faster. Wagner's down to a 58.8. Yeah. To be fair, most of my testing with the FMJ was at Grapist because I was making that car when I didn't have server stuff figured out, so basically I didn't have any fixture removals or such, so using Broffi's test track was not great. I mean, I might have had fixture removal, but I didn't have, like, the propping. What are these laps for tonight? Testing the cars that are on the FiveM server so that we know what their performance is, basically, relative to vanilla stuff. Can you stop? Yeah, honestly, I think that's a good stopping point. Are they expected to be different? That's not the problem, Kiosk. The problem is that there are all these cars that aren't in the vanilla game. And, Well, how are we gonna know how fast they are if they're not in the vanilla game? Not that. And not those. Some of those are actually vanilla. But yeah, we don't know how fast they are because they're modded content.
No, I didn't tell him he could do that.
Who asked you? Jackass. But yeah. Also, you want to see something funny?
Yeah, Dad, I went to the dentist.
Watch this. Yay! Also, handbrake works. Only because it's not an active round anymore. And that's part of why it's difficult to test sumo without other people in it. Yes, I know certain people have reached out and said that they're willing to help during the week, but that's why it's difficult, because ever since I moved the game win thing to its own thread, I just win immediately in testing. So absolutely need other people to test sumo. And if you're wondering about planes versus RPGs,
Hey, girl, what up?
yeah. Maybe on version 2, but not this version of the script. Fuck you, kiosk. That ended up being the much more difficult of the two to implement, which is weird because I would have thought it was sumo with all the extra logic needed for the circles and such, but no. No, it's planes versus RPGs. Just get in a plane and fly around while somebody shoots at you with an RPG. It's simple, right?
It's been a minute.
No,
Hell
apparently
yeah.
not. Anyway. I am... You can see part of the problem with mods is that
Hey, girl.
they have compressed textures or something, which should be uncompressed. Anyway. I'm gonna call it there for the night. It's 11 o'clock, my normal ending time. I know, it's a 2-hour stream where I didn't take a single break. Oh yeah, the description on that is actually wrong, isn't it? I'll update that for Wednesday. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night because I don't feel like streaming any longer. The fact that I even streamed tonight is something else. So yeah, thanks again, Callie, for being excessively generous as usual. Although this is a different level of excessive compared to your tier 2 subscription, but still, very much appreciated. Max wants to ask another question. Thank you everybody that showed up tonight. Can we do the other thing you wanted to ask? Depends. What's the other thing you wanted to ask? So yeah, I've got a... It needs to be on stream. God damn it. Fix that in the bot. Oh. I don't know. It involves opening Content Manager. Well, tell me what the fuck I need to do then, Max. I can do it. Unless it involves driving around, in which case forget about it, because I don't really feel like doing it. The hell? That's interesting. Oh, god damn it, Max. Did you hide it somewhere else after all? At least it wasn't as visible, I guess, but you're still an asswipe. I mean, if you want me to try and find it, then I'll just go and fucking load the texture up. Dick. You like the livery? It's very not good. That's cheating. Yeah, and I don't want to spend 20 minutes looking for it. Which one is it? It's this one, because that's the new car. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Not media content. I mean, the obvious place to hide it would be, like, somewhere hidden like that. Or, you know, right there. You are such an asshole, you know that? I don't see a tail sticking out of that one, at least. I mean, my initial guess of being up there wasn't the worst idea, because you have put shit up there before, but then just happening to look there. Yeah. You fucking... Oh, you're a dick. There's nothing up there. You are such an asswipe, you know that? So I guess I have to go back to editing my livery and overwriting it every time it gets updated. Again, there is one car that I'm okay with that being there. Which one? RSS. Not. No. The one that gets a pass is that one. Because that was on my livery for like almost 2 years before it was noticed by anyone who didn't know about it. That one earned its spot. The others can fuck off. Damn it, Max. It would take you that long now if I didn't tell you. Yeah. Or, you know, until the next time I look at the livery is. I would have noticed it then. Because occasionally that does happen. Occasionally. Not often. But occasionally. Mostly to make sure that you're not fucking with me. At least this time it wasn't easily visible. Still an asswipe. Is that right? No. Oh, that one. Will be visible next time. Yeah, maybe on everyone else's end. Dicks. What am I doing Wednesday? I don't know. Maybe I'll have another go at Emerald Slide and hope that RNG doesn't fuck me in the ass raw. Maybe. Maybe I finally revisit the Professor Oak Challenge since I haven't touched that in forever either. Dingle, shut up. Or maybe I get working on one of the incentives that I haven't yet touched on. A lot I can do that's just Pokemon related. The goal is still going to be going for a little while, just because I'm not going to leave it indefinitely, like the Professor Oak Challenge stuff was. That's actually done now, I've decided, at least for the time being. So thank you for wrapping that up as well, Callie. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that up for a little bit longer, at least, to see if anybody else wants to contribute and get things going even further, because I think we unlocked, or I think Callie with his tip unlocked black version? Yes. Another 15 for Sun or Moon, $100 for each remake, $150 to complete, and $250 to add all games. It's not cheap, but that's a lot of time and effort. Especially once you get to the completing everything stage. Because just keep in mind, that's already like 10 games without the remakes. Add in the remakes, that's another 4. And then you start adding in, like, completing all of them. Actually, currently, I think it's 11. 15 would make it 12 total. And then you add 4 to that at 100. 150 means completing all of them, and then 250 adds the other 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And then I don't own any of the other ones. So, a lot. And don't forget the DLCs on the applicable games. So, yeah. I mean, if anybody's got deep pockets, apparently I said $500, was it, earlier? To do the 200 lap Nordschleife challenge and whatever GT game that was. If it's on one of the ones I own, should probably look that up. Because if it's on, like, GT Sport, forget about it. I don't own that game. I don't even own a PS4. I mean, it has to be, like, GT4, right? Actually, from what I'm seeing, it's GT7. Do it in AC with the LMP2? Fuck no. Look, doing it on a controller is one thing. Doing it with the wheel? In a prototype? No thank you. Well, a quick Google search did not reveal any official thing. Like, I can do it unofficially in GT4 if it's not there. Right? I can do that. Just manually doing it. Because it's not like you... Although, I don't know, can you do 200 laps in GT4? Does it allow you to do triple digits? I don't know. It's been so long since I played GT4. It's not like you need the console to play the games. No, but also I can play it on console, Callie, so why not? I don't know if it was official or whatever. Well, $500. Guess what? We're $440 off of that. Shut up, bot. So, got a ways to go. And if somebody tips another 500 on top of that 440, then I'll do it during a 24-hour stream, I guess. I don't know. It's not like any of those are ever actually going to be hit. Nobody's got that deep of pockets. And Evil doesn't have the extra cash despite me, thankfully. So, I mean, glad that your house got fixed, Evil. Anyway. Yeah, next stream Wednesday. Pokemon stuff, I guess. I don't know. I don't plan that far ahead. Friday, we're suffering at Bathurst because let's just race GT3s again all the time. Max, please, you need to make sure that that doesn't happen again. We need to do more than just GT3s. I understand people need the practice, but like, especially for me, someone who runs prototypes, not very helpful. And also, we need to race more than just GT3s. NASCAR's then. Okay, I mean, if you want to have rubber banding garbage isn't the right word. Rubber banding lagginess and such, then you guys can feel free to do that. You're getting fiber tomorrow? What about Dingle? Also, your ping is still gonna suck to the server, mind you. It'll be better, but it's still gonna suck. Also, enjoy the fiber. Because, I mean, we've had fiber here the entire time. Just getting upgraded to gigabit and getting the perks that come with that. That made a significant difference for me. Not that my ping was terrible to begin with, but still. Having fiber is wonderful, although symmetrical fiber is that much better. Granted, if I could have like 1.5 gig down, 0.5 gig up, I would go for that because like even 500 megabit per second up is excessive. Like I think I see YouTube maxing out at like 300 to 400 megabit, so it's not that much of an advantage having full gigabit, but yeah, no, my connection is synchronous, so I'm fine with that. Yeah, no, that is going to be a significant jump, isn't it? Yeah, enjoy it, Max. Because an internet upgrade, especially one as substantial as that, is always a wonderful thing. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to end the stream now because I'm... Oh, God, it's almost 15 after. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream now. When the hell did that happen? I blame you, Max, because you're the one who made me reopen Assetto. Anyway, don't forget your buckets, because those exist. Yeah, next stream on Wednesday. Why didn't the KEKW load? Do I have to go back and make sure that that compatibility is there? I don't know. Anyway, as Dingle spams his buckets. Wait, you're not supposed to have more than one. Whatever, not my problem. That's going to do it for me. Wait. Oh God, Wolfman spamming haha cats. Haven't seen that in a long time. I mean, if you've been lurking or whatever, Wolfman, or you got other things to do, that's fine. But I haven't forgotten about those days. Oh God, all the haha cat spam. And my computer can actually handle it now. I see that Apex in there. I saw that. Anyway, ads on the way out. Watch them or don't. I'm not sending you anywhere, so if you don't want to watch ads and you're not a subscriber, get the fuck out. So with that being said, good luck figuring out which haha cat is mine. That's going to do it for me tonight. I saw that Apex again. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, later.